All right, my most amazing artists, it's time to get started painting and creating our radiating circles. So when you get to your table, there should be some kind of paints at your table. Mine look like this. And you have to make a promise to me. You have to promise me. So everybody, put your pinkies out. Put all your pinkies out. Hey, I see you over there in the back. Put your pinky out. And I need you to promise me something. Ready? Ahem. Mrs. Eaton, I promise that I will not mix my paint colors. Take your pinky. That is our pinky paintbrush promise. What that means is at your table, these paints, you will not take your paintbrush and dip it in one color and then paint, and dip it in another color and then paint, and then dip it in another color and then paint, because that does something to our paints. When they get all mixed up, I'm gonna pause the video. Raise your hand if you know why, or I'm sorry, raise your hand if you know what would happen if we mixed all of these colors together. Raise your hand. So, that's right, we would make the color brown if we did that. And we don't want to make the color brown because then our paints would not be bright and beautiful. And that would be a huge bummer. So, when you get ready to begin your painting, I'll flip you like this so that you can see how I'm going to start my painting. We're going to start with our paintbrush that you got from the store, and you are going to dip it into whatever color you'd like to begin with. I think I'll start with yellow. After you dip it, I want you to first make a dot in the center of your paper. Just like that. Perfect. Now I'm about to go in to get my next color. No, 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 stop. Wait, this paintbrush is dirty. It needs to take a bath. So, put your project over to the side. I have a little rhyme for this with your water cup. It's going to go like this. Bop, bop, bop. And what I'm doing there is I'm bopping my paintbrush's head on the bottom of the cup. I'm bop, bop, bopping. From there, I'm going to swirl, swirl, swirl. And then I'm gonna, inside the cup, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That gets rid of any drops that might drop onto my paper and ruin it. And then the last thing you'll do, you'll get a paper towel from the store, is you'll grab and slide. And when you grab and slide, you're going to get rid of all of the extra paint that was on your paintbrush. So let's paint the next one and then we'll try that rhyme again. For the next circle, I'll choose blue. So go ahead and dip a nice amount onto your paintbrush. And all you gotta do is slide that paintbrush around in a circle. Oh look, my blue and yellow are mixing together to make green. That is okay. On my paper, that's okay when the paints mix. But it's not okay to mix my colors in the paint palette. So please do not mix on the paint palette or in it. All right, look at this. I have a lot of paint left over on this paintbrush. I need to clean him. So, try this time. Say it with me. Ahem. Bop, bop, bop. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Grab and slide. And look, I still had a little bit of blue left on my paper towel, but when I did the grab and slide, it took that blue off. So now, and if you need to clean your paintbrush again, of course you can. Clean it as many times as you need to. So now I will choose red. I'm gonna get a lot of red. And this time I'm going to, since my circle's getting bigger, I'm going to give a couple of dots around, only because when I make my circle, there's already paint on those, in those dots, and it makes it just a little easier to spread it. And once again, look, my red is making purple on my paper. It's okay if it's mixing on my paper, just not in the paint palette, please. Now, this paintbrush is ready to be cleaned. Here we go. Say it after me. Ahem. Bop, bop, bop. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Grab and slide. And check it out. The paintbrush was really dirty, but when I do the grab and slide, it cleans it off. So let's do one more example. I think I'll go with green this time. Get a lot of green. When your circles start to get bigger, you're going to need more paper, or I'm sorry, more paint on your paintbrush. And I might even grab a little bit more before my colors start to mix. There we go. Because once my colors start to mix, I don't want to put this back into the green. It might have some red on it, and that would ruin it, and it would turn brown and murky. It would ruin it for other friends, other artists. Perfect. Last time. This time, maybe we can say it together instead of repeating after me. Here we go, all together. Bop, bop, bop. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Grab and slide. Oops, I forgot the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And that's an important part. And check it out. There's still a ton of paint on here. So I need to do that again anyway. Let's not forget the wiggle this time. Ready? Here we go. Bop, bop, bop. Swirl, swirl, swirl. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Grab and slide. All right, look at that. That is so much cleaner than what this one was, so I know that I'm ready to move on to the next color. All right, my friends, you would keep going until your circle is all the way at the edge. And when it's time to clean up, I'm gonna show you what to do. There are three drying racks in my classroom, but I only want you to use one or the other. I only want you to use two of my drying racks. The first one is over by my heart wall, which you can see my heart wall. It's this black smaller rack. I would like you to use that one. Not this one, it's kind of broken. So that one's a little harder to use. But I'm gonna take you over here to this drying rack. This one's over by the back sink. And you can see I already have one of my projects done. I practiced it before I did this video. You wanna slide this on the rack so that it's in the middle of the rack. If you slide it to the side, it might fall down into an abyss, and we don't want it to fall down. So please slide it into the middle of the rack. And you know your name is on the back, so you'll know it's yours when you come back next time. All right, everyone, listen for Mrs. Eaton's instructions from here on out, and have so much fun painting. Let's have a great day.